Welcome back to Bison Overtime. I'm here with Logan and Vinny, and we get
You're
to...
Vinny? Or am I Vinny? You said that like I'm Vinny. Vinny?
Yeah, you're Vinny.
Logan?
And Logan, yep, for sure. Anyway.
Well done. Well done.
Hey, we got our names right below, just in case you got confused.
In case he threw you off the beaten path, but...
Yeah. But today we'll...
Third week of doing this, and we're still struggling on this.
Yep. We love to see it. I mean, we'll be covering sports and college sports, professional sports, and...
You could just said sports. This is...
Nah, we did... Okay, anyway.
See, I'm the one who flew home over the weekend. You would think it's you. You think you're the one with jet lag. Oh, you're...
Jet lag? What? You came from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You have no jet lag.
Flying still. I don't know, man.
Flying.
Your brain's got some jet lag. Anyways, he's right. What, week 3? Week 3. We're back here.
This overtime.
NDSU football still alive. Did we think it would make it this far?
I mean, I did. I called it in the first overtime.
Well, I mean, yeah, after like beating Montana State.
I called it in the first overtime.
What'd you call?
I said top 4: NDSU, SDSU, Idaho, and Montana. I was 3 for 4 on that statement right there. 3 for 4.
See, I don't know about that. I could have sworn I've gone over that way too many times to edit it. I could have sworn you never once said that.
Full loady. You're talking a bunch of baloney.
We'll see if we can find it. I'll like clip it back.
All right, let's clip. Well,
I can't find it now, but
yeah, we're gonna be clipping it into this thing, okay?
Yeah, unless it's not.
Flashback.
Yeah, unless
it's somewhere.
Unless it's not there, they could be a real big liar. How about that?
Anyway, South Dakota effed them up. We took our revenge and ate coyotes for dinner, and we're gonna have some bear meat next week.
Some bear meat. Yeah, did you? The whole funny thing about the South Dakota game was that they had the whole. We got to save the tickets for the fans. We can't sell tickets. We're holding tickets for our season ticket holders. They even show up. Like season ticket holders, they had the coyotes weren't even on the field an hour before kickoff, and the coyotes weren't on the field. No one was on the field. I don't even know if anyone went. Like, was it a full attendance game? I don't even know. I'm not even certain.
I'm double checking on that. We had
it says it was.
It said it was, but it didn't even look like it. It looked like half the stadium was full. NDSU came out hot and was up 21-3 by the first quarter. Like
the fans forgot to show up, and the team definitely forgot to show up.
I mean, South Dakota was like, yeah, we beat them earlier on in the season. We don't have to show up for this game, and they sure didn't. And we killed them. We absolutely destroyed them.
I mean, we said this in the first episode. I do remember this. We did say that if these teams get a 2-score lead, it's over. Like, for all good purposes, in the playoffs, you fall behind by 2 scores, you're done. They fell behind by 3 scores in the first quarter. You can't come back.
No.
We said that from day one. It's been true ever since. I mean, granted, even though NDSU was on the road, you can't fall behind 18 to start the game. You're just not going to be able to climb out of that, especially against a running team like NDSU is.
I mean, and then in the second quarter, they outscored you 14-0. You can't, like, it's 35-3 going in the second half. Like, you are effed. I mean, you know, and looking at NDSU's defense with Cole Winowski on that, dude, you're done. You just can't come back from that.
No, it's 35-3 is way too steep. For all good intents and purposes, the game's over at 35-3. You can't come back. It was just they played the second half out of respect for the game. If you could forfeit it, I think you are forfeiting. And
I'd say you forfeit the game after the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe that's why the stadium was half empty, because it was already gone. Like, they already lost by halftime, so who knows?
I mean, they kind of knew they lost before the game even started, so they didn't want to even show up. But
that's true. I mean, it's possible, but
I don't know. Mic drop?
No, I'm messing with it to make sure it doesn't drop. It's not a mic drop. I can't clip it to the jersey because it slides right off, so we got a string situation going on today, so it'll hold.
Stringing you along.
Yeah, yours will drop. Yours.
Yeah, it won't drop.
You had 3. You had 3 in the first. I did go through it. You had 3.
I had 3.
3 in the first
video.
video.
You had 2.
No, I only had 1.
Yeah, no, you had 2.
In the first video, the second one I think I have.
The second one you had 1.
So,
the first video you had 2. So we both have 3 mic drops.
Second video I only had 1, so I had a total of 2.
No, you had 2 in the first one.
Anyways, math aside, this.
I mean, NDSU wasn't the only one with a road win. I mean, Albany took the dub in Idaho this week and
If you're
upset
jumping,
Idaho.
you're not going to even gloss the NDSU players. You're not going to give Cam Miller his spotlight. Cam Miller again.
Cam
200
Miller,
yards.
baller.
Touchdown.
Absolute
Only 15 passes. It was just like the Drake game, I believe, where he throws like 12, 13 passes and he just balls out.
13 for 15, 210 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Cole Payton, absolute stud on the ground with 2 touchdowns,
Again.
65 yards. Dual threat quarterback, two-headed monster.
Is it really a dual threat quarterback if you have 2 quarterbacks? Or is that dual threat quarterbacks? Or is that complementary quarterbacks?
Look, you have a complementary. One can actually throw and pass the ball, like Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady combined. And then you also have, like...
You're calling Cam Miller Lamar Jackson?
I'm calling, yes, I am. And
That's
then you have
bold.
Michael Vick and I don't even know how to combine Cole Payton.
Probably more RG3 because RG3 couldn't throw. Vic could kind of throw. RG3
I mean,
really couldn't throw.
Cole Payton can throw. Just not as good as Cam.
Really?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he throw then?
Because that's how Coach Roll has it schemed up. And
it's an obvious scheme. I mean, when you see Cole in the game, you know it's going to be on the ground. Unless
like,
someone's
oh,
wide
it's
open.
A run,
But,
it's a run. It's a run.
you know, apparently it didn't matter. 200 yards on the ground again for the Bison. I mean, this is what, the 3rd straight week we've seen the rushing attack just gash the other side.
Well, welcome to Coach Roll's offense. Run the ball down your throat, and then occasionally catch you lacking, toss one deep on you, and Eli Green balls out with 116 yards, dude.
Once again, topping the stat sheet. I know you made the joke about Zach Mathis being the guy to get. If you're a Patriots fan, do you want Eli Green now?
Yep, I definitely want these two in the NFL. Like, I don't care what team they're on. I mean, these guys are absolute ballers, and it's them and Cole Winowski, like, top.
Is it Winowski or Wisniewski?
I call him Winowski. I know the guy too. This is bad.
See, he hasn't corrected you yet.
No, he hasn't corrected me yet.
He's being polite. He's like this.
This guy.
He doesn't want to tell you. Every time he hears it, I mean, I don't know. You get used to it with these long last names, hearing it wrong. If it is wrong,
I just call him Cole. Like,
don't even hit the last name.
Don't even try the last name.
Cole, the defensive back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, now you can hop to.
Now you can
transition to Albany.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
now you can transition.
Right.
We went over NDSU. You got to cover it for the NDSU fans. Yeah.
Okay.
But
well, for you NDSU fans out there, we have ballers as players, and we're gonna make probably it back to Texas. That's all I'm saying. Not to jinx anything, but
the only unseeded
the
team
only
left.
thing that could detriment our team to that is the news about Coach Hentz going and leaving us after the season.
Yeah, USC. So, yeah, what was it? He took a defensive assistant job, I believe, linebackers coach or something.
Linebackers coach as well, and I mean,
it's got to pay well.
It's awesome. It's a great news for him, and I am so excited to see what he does for USC. Although, why before the semifinals? Why don't you announce this after the national championship or when your season's over?
The timing's definitely weird. You usually like to keep these things till like after the championship. You don't want to spill it before because it has a chance to distract the locker room. I mean, then you wonder, is the coach committed? Are these guys going to continue to follow him? Is he looking ahead to USC ready? And they always say, I'm focused on this season, but like, are you really if you have that opportunity ready? Because it feels like you're kind of like moving on when you announce it, especially now. Like the timing's bad. If this was a start of the playoffs thing, it'd be one thing. But here you are, you're making a run. Playing the best football you have all year, and then you make this announcement that you're going to be in a different team next year.
Right. I'm trying to understand it. I mean, I know last year Coach Braun, when he left to Northwestern, he didn't announce it until after the championship. I mean, and I was expecting the same from Coach Hentz, but this announcement hit, and you just never know if this is a distraction in the locker room.
Do you think he like walked up to the podium and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to USC next year. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. Can't wait to be a Trojan, but for now we're focused on the championship. Is that good? That sounds like him.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I mean...
He sounds like that.
I mean, probably USC probably leaked the information first. I don't know, man. This is
You're blaming USC?
No.
Really?
I
I suppose if you're a Trojan fan, you want to know who's going to fill that spot. They're probably not going to wait 2 weeks.
Right.
But
I mean, keeping on topic, like, who's going to be the next NDSU head coach then after?
Me, look right here. Right out of college, straight to it.
Yeah.
I could run it. You think I can't?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
don't?
You need some coaching experience.
Have you seen my Retro Bowl teams? Are you kidding me? That's very offensive to me.
Retro Bowl and NDSU football are two different things. I've been a part of the program.
I have made a living out of rebuilding teams with the dumbest rules. If there's no rules, I'd win. Teams with only small conference guys. Guys who are under a certain height. Guys who are over a certain weight. Slowest players. Fastest players. SEC only players. You gotta tell me I gotta go recruit high school kids? Done.
All right. I want you to go to Lafayette, be head coach there, and try to make a deep playoff run like NDSU.
Why'd you look there? Is Lafayette on there?
Yeah, Lafayette.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Okay.
All right. You don't see them?
I'll go to Mississippi Valley State if I have to.
There's Lafayette. Played Delaware and lost.
I mean, it's all grayed out. You won't be able to see much of it. But it is there. It is.
I mean, whenever you make graphics and do.
It's all right. I'll go to Stevens Point. You know, D3 college, can't win.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Everybody back home knows exactly what I'm talking about. They just got a shout out.
I mean, who's gonna be the next NDSU head coach in all seriousness?
I mean,
probably Coach Roll.
Yeah, Entz was more defensive, right?
Do you stay defensive side, or do you go to the offensive room go out?
I was gonna say it's not even a question of like which side you pick. It's like, do you go out and you find a different coach, or do you stay in house and try and bring someone in? That's the question.
I mean, all of our previous head coaches were in house, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Was Entz in house? I thought he wasn't.
He was a defensive coordinator before he was a head coach. From 2014 to 19,
to
and
18.
then 19 19 was his first year of head coaching. Looking at the coach's room, Coach Pacino just got here. I mean, I'd be shocked that he takes over coaching, being the head coach in his first year coaching. I mean, this is in-house stuff. I think it's going to be rolled just because, I mean, in-house stuff. No one in-house wanted to be the defensive coordinator, so it would have to go to the offense. And then Coach Roll is just a fantastic coach, and I mean, I think he'd make a great head coach.
I mean, there's always a chance that you snipe a coach from a different program, but I'm trying to think what program we would even bring in a guy, because you'd have to look for someone who's been to like a higher D1 school. You don't want to go get someone who's lower school, you think?
Right.
It'd be nice to get the Jackrabbits head coach, but there's no way you can convince that.
It's his first season being the head coach for SDSU.
You can't steal someone from your rivals, so they won't let you.
Especially it's SDSU, and everyone would, our fan base would flame you. I think even you saying that.
Just saying.
I mean, speaking of SDSU, I mean, they won on the road against Villanova. That wasn't even close, 23-12. And speaking of home warriors, Montana held their own against Foreman, and that's where we're going to next. NDSU versus Montana.
So we're still Montana's coach, or are you just bringing up the other games?
I'm bringing up the other games because we were talking about this, but whatever. Bye.
He's bringing up the other games. He's like mumbling it. Say it again. Be confident. Give us it. What is it, Vinny? What are the other scores in the league?
So, other scores in the league. South Dakota State beat Villanova 23-12.
Got him. Beat that.
And
Dad basketball school. Dad.
And then we go over to Montana because that's who we're facing. They beat Furman 35-28, and in overtime. I mean, Montana, you guys are not as good as you think.
Ooh.
Mic drop.
This is getting thrown away. We are not doing this again.
Anyway, Albany.
It's across the studio.
Road Warriors 30-22. And Albany's going to SDSU for the Final Four, and NDSU is going to Montana.
Do you like Albany's chances?
Are you being for real right now?
We gotta ask, all right? We gotta give him a chance, all right? Did you think Albany would make it this far?
No, I mean...
There you go.
Well, you have 2 games. You have one against Richmond and one against Idaho. I thought Idaho was going to beat you, but good job.
They did. So clearly Albany's better than you think.
But someone had to play SDSU, and it's going to be Albany. So it's Albany versus SDSU, and Montana versus NDSU.
4 someones would have to play SDSU. You know, if they make it all the way championship, you said someone has to play them. Yeah, 4 people have had to. The first 2 haven't gone so well. This would be the 3rd. Do they make it to the 4th?
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's
going to be NDSU versus SDSU again.
Bringing back an old example. They point the death laser at the Earth. They say, bet on this game. You're betting SDSU?
To go.
If you're wrong, the Earth is gone, Vinny.
To go to the championship.
Yes. Not to win the championship, just to go to it.
Just to go to it, yes. I'd say March, like...
Fake fan. Fake fan. He wants the Jackrabbits.
I do not want the Jackrabbits. I'm just saying they are what the Bison used to be.
So you say the Bison aren't good anymore?
I mean, they are.
That sounded like you said they weren't good.
Well, let's be realistic here. Okay?
You hearing that in the back?
Jackrabbits
not good.
have beat us 6 straight times. And, I mean, we just need to find a special ingredient.
Maybe Matt Entz is the reason. Hey, in the NFL, when you lose to a team consistently, or in, like, higher college teams, do you not blame the coach? We blamed Ryan Day for Michigan struggling against Michigan. You would blame Bill Belichick if you kept losing to the Bills, Patriots, or Jets every year, right? Or not Patriots, Dolphins, or Jets.
Matt Entz is Ryan Day, but going to a better job.
That's a weird comparison.
You beat everyone else in football, but you just cannot beat a team, and maybe SDSU is that team.
So you think a new coach gets NDSU over the hump, or does it set them further back? Because we were teetering a little bit this year. It wasn't looking too good for a long stretch. Before this playoff stretch, we were looking kind of rough.
I mean, NDSU was 4-2 when I was part of the program, and 5-1 without me. So I don't know. It could have been me.
Wow, what a stat!
I'm just saying.
They got 1 extra win, guys. 1.
Hey, 1 extra win got him in the playoff.
That's like when they put those stats out after like 2 weeks, and they're like, well, in the first week, he only threw for 200. Second week, he threw for 400. It's like, okay, good.
Anyway, I'd say NDSU, SDSU,
Why aren't you coaching NDSU? Why aren't you a head coach? They won't hire you? You got to mute that. Mute that.
I'm trying.
Good Lord, this guy, that's why. Unprofessional. He's got his laptop playing noise. Unreal.
That's why. Anyway, I'd say NDSU versus SDSU, and
that seems like the betting favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Back-to-back years, we'll see if NDSU can pull it off. I really hope pull for them, and horns up.
Horns up. Yeah, another reason to put horns up. You saw that basketball game. Oh my goodness.
Did they even try?
Was it Oak Hill Community College?
108 to 14. One player on that opposing team scored
Had 7.
half their points.
Had 7. It was, what was it, 60 to like 5, and then 48 to 9 in the second half.
So bad.
Ridiculous. You think it's a made-up score. It's not a made-up score. I wish I was kidding. They shot like 11% from the field, 12%. It was bad.
It was terrible.
If you're Oak Hill, do you continue to play this season, or are you calling it quits?
No. You forfeit the game after 5 minutes of playing.
Did they get these guys from the stands? Like, who are the players? They just like, you're in. Come on. Got them off right off the stands. Filled it in.
That was their first game of the year, too.
No, it's not their first.
Why does it say 0-1?
It's an ESPN bug. They won't track games if it's a smaller school.
Oh.
You have to go to their website to find it.
Gotcha.
I've had to do that in the past. But yeah, that was something.
This is what I would say about that game. It was NDSU fans versus our team. Like, that's how bad it was. I think our fans could have done better than.
I think we could have pulled like some people from the crowd, and they would have put more in 14. That was bad.
I think.
What are they, the Wolf Pack? That their name? Well, they got to pack it up. Pack it up. Go home. Back to Cali.
I mean, okay. I think the women's basketball team could play better than this team. I think if you pulled people off the street, this game's so bad. And you guys are collegiate basketball. I just quit basketball altogether and just move on to a different sport.
It was the worst blowout on Saturday, I believe. It wasn't even close.
It was 108-14. Of course it is. The Wolfpack at least scored more than the Vikings.
They did that. Yeah, they did do that. We'll get to that eventually, but my goodness. That was something. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. There's a lot of games on here.
What are you looking for?
Was it Saturday they played them?
Yeah.
Where, Alex? I'm still looking. I can't find it. You lying to me, Vinny?
I might.
Vinny.
Let's see. The game was on December 10th, so yesterday, Sunday.
See, I was looking at the wrong date the whole time, bro. This guy's unbelievable, dude. Unreal. So, yeah, other blowouts from the day. You had a 51-point blowout. You had a 69-point blowout. A 70-point blowout. No, wait, 80. And then NDSU takes a cake with 94 points. 94. In the other games, they score like 40, they score 50, their team scores like 120. 14. 14. When you hear 14, do you think, what sport do you think of? You score 14.
Patriots football.
Wrong. Basketball. But no, Patriots don't score 14.
No, they don't.
No, not usually.
But hey, something happened. Something happened on Thursday, and the Patriots can score more than 10 points.
Something happened on Sunday. Oak Hill found out they're not having a basketball program anymore. Good Lord.
I just feel bad for Emmanuel Coffee. How do you pronounce that?
Emmanuel Coffee. Yeah.
Emmanuel Coffee,
The rest of the team didn't have their coffee that morning. They didn't get off the bus. My goodness, they didn't even leave the state.
No.
Nope. No, sir.
Sorry.
No, sir. But, yeah, I guess we can transition over to the other college football. Not much in other college football.
Nope.
A lot of FCS action, not a lot of FBS, only Army, Navy.
Hey, it's rare where you see Bill Belichick in a Navy's football helmet.
Yeah, what was that? And then he was wrong.
Yeah, and then he's wrong.
He was wrong.
There was some memes coming out. I don't know when you go to edit this, but there's this. You must be Bill Belichick in a Navy's helmet if you think we're sleeping together, and then me.
Bill Belichick in a Navy helmet isn't real. He can't hurt you. Bill Belichick in a Navy helmet. I saw him smile on live TV. Is he okay? What are you guys doing to him?
I don't know. He's actually smiling. It's actually getting.
I think he actually laughed.
He's laughing. He's smiling. Laugh. He's actually like being positive.
Is that why the team's bad?
Yeah, because Bill's being positive and being happy.
We're picking Navy. I'm picking Navy. We're gonna pick a Navy.
Normally it's with the hoodies up. On to San Diego.
We're on to San Diego. That guy sucks. No more questions.
Yeah, it's normally like that. But
we're on to San Diego.
It's normally like that. But he was smiling with a Navy helmet on. Like, what the heck?
Is he transferring to Navy?
I don't know. But Army beat Navy 17-11. I mean, that's such a whack score. But
Army takes it. What is it? The 124th meeting between the two teams. So it's a cool tradition. I'm not gonna lie. It gets a standalone week, but more news this week than actual scores for college football.
Yeah,
First time since August that's been true. So big news though. Drake May
going to the NFL. Maybe potentially first round. It depends on if
first
Caleb
overall.
Williams. Well, yeah, he's definitely going first round. Depends on first round.
Well, it depends on who the first overall is. If it's Carolina, they're not taking it. They might trade out of it. Or not Carolina, Chicago.
There you go.
Yeah, because Carolina already.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you should talk. You should talk. You guys are praying that you get Drake, man. I don't want to hear it.
No. What we're hoping for is Caleb
start
Williams.
Mac Jones again. If you actually want to get that pick, you should start Mac again. Bailey Zappi looked pretty good.
True. Bailey Zappi next Tom Brady. Anyway. Drake May or Caleb Williams to the Patriots would be hella fun.
That's making too much sense. What about Jaden Daniels? Or is he not declaring yet? I don't know if I think he still has a year.
When was the last time Bill Belichick drafted a white quarterback or black quarterback?
Well, what is that supposed to mean? He's had backups.
Because we had Cam.
You had Cam Newton.
Yep.
You brought in, I was
yeah,
gonna say
7-9 that year, baby.
Yeah, he's like, never again. Never again, he says.
So it's either Drake May or Caleb Williams. But
yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
probably
he's
Drake May. Just knowing Billy.
No, he is a senior. Yeah.
But.
So Jaden Daniels out there. I don't know how high he goes, but something to think about.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
The last LSU Tiger we saw come out this high was Joe Burrow, or at least off this much height.
Hey, Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that would be cool. That would be good for him to declare after you win the Heisman. I don't know about Caleb Williams. Is he going to declare or is he going to stay another year?
I believe he said he's declaring because he's skipping the bowl game, I thought. Yeah, they already have him in mock drafts, which I think is safe
what
to
are your
say.
thoughts on these players skipping bowl games, thinking it's not important to them?
I think it shows that the bowl games are not important, that we need to go to what I said, a 32 or 64 team playoff. We need this, all right? If you want them to commit, if you want them to play, you want to get viewers. I would never, for the life of me, ever watch a college basketball game between like Tulane and SMU. If it's March Madness, I'm there.
I would not say 32-man playoff or 32 team. I'd say 24.
FCS is doing 24.
I'd say 24.
If you do 32, I guess suppose 24, but then what do you do with the 25th team? Because now you just snub the one person in the top 25.
Well, then you got to be 24. Just can't be that bad.
I think you do 32. You have your 4 or 5 from the top conferences. Then you have another 5 from the bottom conferences, all the conference winners. And then you grab from the top 25 till you run out of teams. And then, I don't know, you could just pick the rest out of a random hat. Make it really exciting. Give us like a 2-10 Rutgers team. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, no. That would be so bad. I'd say just keep it 24. You know, I know you leave out the 25, but at least it makes it a little bit more competitive instead of getting a 2-10 Rutgers team in the playoffs.
No more snubbing FSU, all right? We know you did. We know you did college. Look at me. We know you did. I know you did. I know you went there and you shook hands with Nick Saban. You said, we're going to get you no matter what. Come on to you. But it would be nice. It would be nice to see that. Just like it would be nice to see the transfer portal slow down, but it's not going to happen.
No. Transfer portal, NIL, and all that stuff going. If I would join stocks on NIL, I'd just put all my life savings in it.
You would have had to wait a long time, dude. It was like 100 years before we got this. This wasn't some overnight thing. This took forever.
I'm just saying.
Take a drink every time. Take a drink every time the NCAA says amateur athletes. Impossible. These guys are 21. You're making money. If you're making money off of the player should make money off themselves. Does that not make sense?
Something like that.
I mean, what? Because now we saw Marvin Harrison. He doesn't need to go to the draft. You don't need to go to the draft if you're one of these big names. You're making money. If you don't like the teams that are at the top, or you don't like your chances, or you want to win again, go for it. You already made a decent amount.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
I mean, obviously draft stock's always going to be a thing, but now you don't have to worry about, well, I'm barely surviving. My family needs me to go to the draft now so we can actually afford, like, to live, you know, and have a comfortable life.
No, now college players like staying in college because they are making, like, about the same amount of money or even more money playing in college because of NIL.
If you're big enough of a name, yeah, but if you're not,
if you're Shedarius Sanders, you are rolling in a Rolls Royce, like.
At least you're making something. That's the key part, you know. Before you didn't make jack, you know, it was crazy. Like Manziel threw up the money signs, and then they got mad at him for making illegal money, but you weren't paying him, all right? You were taking his money. Did Texas A&M get back his money? No, they took a lot of money from him.
I mean, look, so. Like, DeStoring could not do YouTube and his football college career. So,
yeah, because they viewed it as profiting off his name, which is weird.
Yeah, and, you know, name, image, and likeliness, NIL, big time for college. But
Also-
I just don't know how long this will go with transfer portals and committing to different programs. It just might get out of hand. I don't know.
But we get NCAA football. The video game. It's back next summer. We're buying it next summer. Look at that guy. So polite. He took off the mic to cough. What a guy.
Yeah, I didn't think they needed to hear me cough, and I guess
Very polite. Very polite.
I think Addie just needed the camera to see me cough, but I don't know. I don't know what she's doing back there. Anyway,
It's all good.
speaking of which, being back, Patriots scoring 21 points. Let's go. We actually have some offense. And then we decided not to have any more offense after the second quarter, yeah.
Yeah, after the first half.
Yeah, we're like,
It was enough.
it's like,
21-18. You
it's
got
like,
it done.
yes, we can score some offense. Let's go back to being mediocre in the second half. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I flew home, and the whole flight home, I'm watching highlights of the Steelers losing. And obviously, loved it. Oh, so great. So great. I was grinning ear to ear. Steelers are like down to 33% chance of making playoffs. First team to lose to 2-10 teams back-to-back ever. Oh, it's so great. All year, I've been saying, Steelers are frauds. Steelers are frauds. They're not a real team. They can't win. They don't have an offense. They shouldn't be 7-5 or whatever they were at the time. Thank you. Thank you to you and the Cardinals for proving us right. I mean, thank you for tanking your draft stock and position to prove
You're
me
welcome.
Right.
But I just don't understand how Bill Belichick can get so much hatred and backlash for not being so successful without Tom Brady, but Mike Tomlin gets praised for not having a losing record season.
Yeah.
He's so mid. He is so
bad.
mid, but he
It is
gets
bad.
praised so much for not having a losing season. I understand the Patriots are 3-10 right now, but like we made the playoffs.
I understand
2 years
that a
without
record. I
Tom
understand
Brady.
a record is terrible right now, but like, well, you made the playoffs 2 years. Are we talking
2
Max
years
rookie
in-
year?
Yeah, we're talking
yeah.
Max rookie.
I know Matt Castle year. I remember that.
Yeah, Max.
But you also had like Randy Moss. It wasn't like the team was devoid of talent that year. I'm like, no.
That was
Or it's devoid of talent.
2008, my guy.
Yeah, I
We
know.
are not traveling back 15 years. I'm talking about 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, we did get our
You had
butts
some good
handed to
teams
us
back
by the
then.
Bills, but we still made the playoffs. Anyway,
Still made it.
you make the playoffs.
But
make the
you know
playoffs.
who's not? Steelers.
Yeah. Patriots did get eliminated from the playoffs.
You
Browns.
guys still have a chance in?
No, we got eliminated.
Oh, yeah, because a bunch of us won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Browns finally got it done against the Jaguars.
Let's go. Yeah. Woo.
Hey, we
Let's
broke our
go.
team's curse. We
8
broke
and
our
5.
team's curse.
8 and 5,
Patriots
baby.
won.
8 and
Browns
5.
won. We're feeling good. And the
great.
Cowboys won. Everyone's happy. I was referencing Blake. Sorry.
I don't care about Blake. Screw the Cowboys.
Hey,
8 and 5. Best in the nation. Best in the nation.
best in the nation.
Trevor Lawrence walks out. Sore ankle. Limping the whole time. Oh, coach. Oh, I can't feel my ankle. It hurts. Oh.
You want to?
And then he plays. And we beat him. He threw 3 picks. He should have thrown like 5. He had 2 that we dropped.
Talking about crybabies. You want to reference Patrick Mahomes?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay,
We're
all right,
waiting.
all right.
I want to build up to that one. I want to build up to that one.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 picks. And they helped. The refs helped the Jags. Jags fans, you got free touchdowns off of turnovers and off of the refs. You didn't beat us. The refs would have beat us, but you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even beat us. We gave them the ball how many times inside the 30? Didn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just better team. Just better. We didn't even have Denzel Ward. We didn't have a starting tackle. We were down to like our 4th and 5th string tackles. Doesn't matter. You want to know why?
Just built different.
That's right. Just
built
better.
different.
Just
Built
better.
different.
38-year-old Joe Flacco. God. I love the man. Love the man. I'm going to get the Joe Flacco haircut.
Joe Flacco.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Never thought I'd cheer for Joe in my life. Here we are. Here we are. Joe Flacco
Go.
bringing us home to the Super Bowl.
Okay, you're getting too far. You're getting carried away now. Absolutely.
We'll get there.
I mean, Ravens won. I mean, dude, that
You see that
Ravens game was awesome. That game, top 5-10 game of the year.
Instant classic.
Classic for sure.
Got to be. Punt return in overtime.
I think it could be compared to the Rams-Chiefs game back in.
No, not that.
I know it's not
that
as high, but I'd
No.
say top 10.
Overtime
this
thrillers,
season.
yes, not scoring thrillers. This wasn't a game where it's back and forth offense the whole day.
Right.
A good portion of the day, of course. Wins 37-31. But
I mean, if you want to talk about game of the year, Vikings versus Raiders, 3 points, 3 total points. And I heard Vikings fans shit on the Patriots-Giants game because it was 7-3,
7-10.
7-10. But then
So bad.
you put
It was
this
so
on
bad.
film. Like, how
NFL.
do you do that?
NFL, why? Why do we allow? Can we pull 2 XFL teams? Can we? Is it too late? Can we collapse the Vikings and the Raiders? The lowest scoring indoor game. Indoor. You're indoors. There's no excuse. There's no, the weather sucked. We've had those games where it's like the monsoon game or you've had the snowplow game. I think the mud splat game is what they call it. Dolphins and Steelers was the lowest, 3-0. It was so wet that the ball would stick into the ground. This was indoor. You just both suck. They both suck.
Game recap, Fox Sports, 44 seconds.
Scoring highlights from the Vikings. It's like highlights for Vikings Raiders. Thanks for watching. That was the game.
Turns to the field goal.
You thought
that's a highlight.
You thought Chargers Pagers was bad. Oh no, we beat it. 3-0, baby. We beat it. They cut that in half, like Billy Mays with prices. I've never seen anything like it. Bad. Josh Dobbs got benched. Nick Mullins couldn't even do much. And then Jefferson gets hurt again. Softest player in the league. Jefferson's the softest player. Yeah, he waits 8-9 weeks to come back from this stupid knee injury. Gets hurt the first game he's back.
He's the best wide receiver in the game.
He's soft.
Don't.
He's soft. He took extra weeks, Vinny, to get back. He took extra weeks. He could have been back 3-4 weeks ago. No, he wants to wait. For what? Your quarterback's out for the year. What are you waiting for? For him to be back at the end of the year? Apparently now he is. Oh, my ribs hurt. Oh, I can't go on, coach. Oh, it's going to take another 3 weeks. Oh, but I'll take my checks. So, embarrassment. If you're a Vikings fan, you shouldn't even. This isn't a win. This is a loss. You just didn't lose as hard as the other team, the Raiders. All right? You didn't win. You just lost less. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I think that makes sense.
I mean, yeah.
Unbelievable. What an embarrassment. I don't know how you aired the whole game. I don't know how they should have cut off like the airing at halftime.
You're cut.
They should have been
You're
like,
cut.
and we are rescheduling you to Days of Our
You're
Lives.
You're done.
We're gonna switch over our programming to Young and the Restless because that'll be more exciting than this. Good Lord.
Yikes.
Excitement though. Excitement wise, do you want to get to the Mahomes now?
Yeah. Well,
Crybaby
I wanted
Mahomes?
to get to Crybaby Mahomes like 5-10 minutes ago.
Lil
but-
whiny Mahomes.
Jesus. I've never ever seen
It's doing
offensive offsides in my life.
That's terrible. You can't call penalty like that. Never seen a penalty like that.
I've
Just like
never seen a penalty like that. Really? And you go to shake Josh Allen's hands, which we know that it's gonna
Josh
be
has been screwed. Josh has had the short end of the stick the last several times these guys have met. Josh has like stopped playing football after. They've been sent home. They've lost in the playoffs to these guys.
And then you cry to him. You're like, go up to him after the game. You're like, I can't believe they made that call. What the heck? Like, and Josh is just sitting there like, are you?
He's like, really?
Really?
He's like, you want to talk to me about rules and regulations? He's like, bro, they had to change the overtime rules because of us playing, because they didn't get a chance. How crybaby is this organ? I don't care. Chiefs fans, no sympathy, none. I don't care. I don't feel bad at all. I've had the Taylor Swift thing shoved in my face. I've had to watch the Chiefs get bailed by the refs every single time. I've had to watch them win Super Bowl after Super Bowl. I don't care at all. None. No sympathy. Don't go out there and say, I can't believe they call it. He lined up so far in the Bills side of the line, I thought he was going to go into the Bills fan base. He was going to hop into the stands.
Line of scrimmage be right here. Nah, he's gonna start up here.
Yeah, no, I don't know how they called it. How
did they call that?
How do you call that?
I've never called that.
How dare you call the actual play you're supposed to call? How dare you call it? How dare they throw a flag on an actual flag? I've never seen that in my life. Maybe you never lined up correctly then. How about that? Are you kidding?
Yep. Let's give him 3 yards advantage.
And then he's throwing his helmet in the sidelines like a 5-year-old, and he's screaming at players on the side. No respect. I have no respect for Mahomes. If Brady does that, he gets yelled at. If Rodgers does that, it's criticized. If any other quarterback in the league does that besides Mahomes,
the announcers in the booth go like, wow! Look at how Mahomes throws that helmet. Like
A perfect spiral.
a perfect
oh my
spiral.
God. Just look at the trajectory. I mean, the spin on it, and you see the intensity. It's just throwing it down. Oh, I mean, you want that in your quarterback, your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, that's the announcers for you.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
The glazing's wild.
I mean, yeah, it's
No
wild.
sympathy. I'm so happy for all Bills fans out there. I know it makes it tougher in the Browns playoffs. Don't care. I don't want the Chiefs to be the best team. I'm sick and tired of it. I can't stand the Chiefs. I couldn't stand them before Taylor Swift. I especially can't now. And then this. And then what? Brittany Mahomes is out there saying MVP about the refs. Take a shot every time the Chiefs have been bailed up by the refs. Vinny.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
My team's lost to them in the playoffs. Your team's lost to them in the playoffs. We both watched the refs dupe us out of a win.
This is what I'm gonna say. I know as a Patriots fan, I've had the refs been on my side throughout my whole entire life, but now it's to the Chiefs, and
Must
it's
be
just
nice.
Like, it was nice. It was nice for a little bit, but I mean, like, yeah, it's bad. But the Ravens and Dolphins have 3 losses. Chiefs have 5 now. So I mean,
Chiefs are falling behind.
Chiefs are not a top 2 even in their conference. So.
There's a real chance that the Chiefs don't have home field for the first time in Mahomes' career. They'll have to play a road playoff game. Because the neutral site Super Bowl doesn't count. They said that stat. They're like, Mahomes is never playing on the road. Or playing on the road in the playoffs. Ever.
Here, I'll give you something. I'll give you something as a Browns fan, just so you can be happy, all right? Browns and Chiefs have the same record.
Better. Just better. I told you. Built different. Built different. We're just better. We beat the Niners. We beat the Ravens. They can't even beat the Bills at home. Better. Just better.
Just better. Just better.
We can catch passes somewhat better than the Chiefs can. Not a lot better, but, a little bit.
You want to talk about just better? Cowboys beating the Eagles. Eagles suck. 49ers on top. 49ers have a bye now. And, I mean, Eagles are still going to take the division somehow because it's rigged. Yeah, because if the
Cowboys
Eagles
got a tougher schedule.
Yeah.
They have to play the Dolphins and who else? There's another tough team.
They have 3
It was like really brutal stretch.
Yeah.
And the Eagles were part of that, but
they have the Bills, the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Commanders.
Oof.
You want to hear the Eagles' schedule? Like,
soft.
Eagles' schedule is so soft.
Satin sheet soft.
You have the
My Pillow soft.
Giants twice.
Oof.
You have the
Cardinals. You guys made the Giants look good.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, you then play the Cardinals. The only difficult game you have left is the Seahawks.
And Seattle might not even have Geno Smith. He didn't play this last week.
Exactly.
Groin injury. And if DK somehow gets sat out this next game for his actions against the Niners, I don't think they will. You see that crazy brawl that they had?
Yeah,
starts punching him. I don't know. It's always like 30 yards away from the play. Why is it always 30 yards away from the play? It's like you're not even involved. They're just like, all right, this is it. I'm done. I'm beating them. Then just throw hands. And then what? They're shocked when they get ejected? Like, what a surprise. What a surprise, DK. I can't believe it. I threw hands at a cornerback, and they ejected me.
Gone.
I thought this was boxing.
Yikes. I don't know.
Unreal.
I mean, and then we want to preview tonight's doubleheader. We have the Giants versus the Packers.
Hosting Packers, yeah.
Yeah. Right now, the Giants are tied, and also the Titans are tied with the Dolphins.
Scoreless would be more accurate. Scoreless. They both just kicked off 3 minutes in both games. Still early. Packers are about at midfield. Titans are
0-0.
not anywhere near midfield.
No, Giants won't ever cross midfield, I don't think, against this Packers team. If they do.
No, they will.
Right.
Packers aren't that good, dude. Don't give them that much respect. But I like the Giants' chances to beat the Packers better than I like the Titans to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, I still say the Packers continue their win streak. And then Dolphins will come out of here with a dub.
I'd be shocked if either one was an upset. I would be surprised. It would be a big surprise to me. I mean, you're starting Tommy DeVito if you're the Giants, and then Will Levis if you're the Titans. Both teams are already looking to next year. You're kind of out of the playoff picture, unless a miracle happens. But if you're in the NFC, because apparently the NFC just anyone can be in it.
That's true. NFC South. That is I mean, I don't know how you are a professional.
3-way tie for first.
With a 6 and 7 record.
There's
It
a
makes the
real
Patriots
chance.
look good if you were in that conference.
It's a real chance that a team with a losing record will represent the South, and I hate that. As a team with a winning record, that's clinging on to the 5th seed by 1 win. We have 6 teams in the AFC with 7-6 records. 6. Not a single team in the South has a 7-6 record.
Nope. Pretty bad.
Can we just take their spot?
Just
Can we just give it to someone else?
replace? I don't know. Just put the top 4 college teams in that. Oh, I'm joking.
Just take FSU and put it right over the Panthers. No one will notice. They'll play better. Be way better.
I don't know about all that.
I'd miss Adam Thielen.
Yeah. Where would he go? To college? Yeah, the 38-year-old wide receiver in college balling out. I wonder why.
And our starter at wide receiver, he's 47, Adam Thielen. I could still play with the young guns. Oh, my back. Oh, I think I tweaked it getting out of my bench, off the bench, coach. I can't go.
It's going to be LeBron James when his son starts playing NBA.
They took the in-season, though.
I know. They took the in-season tournament. Ah, wow. Big whoop. In-season tournament. It's not even the playoffs. But good job.
They won, was it 500,000? I think you win. Each player gets. I think that was the motivation. It wasn't the tournament. It was just, no, I can make $500,000. I'd like to make $500,000 to win a random tournament that no one cares about. That'd be great.
That'd be cool. I mean, if there was like $500,000 just here, you win $500,000. You win.
Anthony Davis finally showed up and played, too. That's why they won.
Yeah.
I bet on the Pacers to cover. They did not cover. That's very sad.
Why would you even take the Pacers in a bet?
Well, not to win.
I mean,
I didn't take them to win. I took them to cover by 4, and they didn't cover.
Our bets did not hit at all. Like, that was a bad spread.
No, I don't know if we even put out another bet segment. It was so bad that we might
we might just remove this segment altogether.
We might just skip it.
I mean, speaking of millions and millions of dollars, Oakland City voters.
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
Oakland.
I can't. And I just swore on live television. Crap. Anyway, yeah. Oakland City has a new stadium, $900 million stadium.
Well, they don't have it yet. They have to vote on it.
They have to vote on it. Yeah. But that's a lot of money.
Shouldn't you win as a team before you ask for a new stadium? Didn't the A's do the same crap where like they lost a bunch and they're like, well, if we don't get a new stadium, we'll just keep losing and we'll move. Here's a concept.
Win.
You have a stadium, play in it, win. Get the community to respect you. Become part of the community. Then ask. Don't trash them the whole way and then be like, well, if you don't get us a new stadium, we'll just leave. When you hold the fan base hostage, I don't know if they will move, but it's just weird.
I don't know.
You're holding the same people hostage that you want to show up and support your team?
Yeah, kind of whack. I mean, but I mean, if you want to subtract $200 million, that's how much Shohei Ohtani is getting paid at the Dodgers. $700 million over 10 years.
Hearing the number was insane. You thought, how can the Dodgers do this? How do they do it? $2 million a year for the first 10 years, so only $20 million. The remaining $680 million is deferred until after his contract, so they can pay it out. I don't know how they're gonna pay it out. They can do $40 million a year after he's done playing.
What? That's crazy.
So they can afford to build a super team around Shohei.
Gosh, that's
MLB. It is time. It is time to finally build a salary cap and a salary floor, because this crap of teams overspending or underspending is old. The A's won't pay anybody, and now the Dodgers find a way to bring in the best player in baseball and pay him $20 million for 10 years, just so you can build the team around him, and then still pay him after. Why can't they? If the Browns could do this,
it's so bad.
We never lose. No one watches baseball as much because half the market teams suck. Then you know they're going to suck. You know maybe once in every 10 years they'll make a run, and then you'll lose all those guys. Like, can we make it competitive? Can we make baseball competitive? Make it fair? We watched the Mets go out and have the highest payroll ever, and it was like 9-10 times that of like the lowest teams. It was like triple the average salary or payroll.
Something like that, yeah. I'm trying to do some calculations on how much a day Shohei Ohtani will make in 10 years. And it
was insane.
It's
yeah, that's about right.
$191,000 a day.
Well, Not anymore, because now he's getting paid $2 million a year for the next 10 years. But he would see that if they paid him the contract in full, spread out evenly.
Yep.
It's insane.
I wish I was getting paid like that.
It's 700. I wouldn't be here. I'd jump through the window for 700 mil. That window's gone. It's gone. I'm through it.
Maybe you've
Right
gone to the hospital, but you pay that. And
I would embarrass myself around campus for 700 mil. I would do unspeakable acts for 700 mil. Nothing too illegal, of course, but let's just say I'd make a fool. I'd be like a YouTube prankster. I'd make a fool of myself for 700 mil.
Question for everyone watching this: what would you do for Shohei Ohtani's contract? What would you do?
I'd become Shohei.
Wow, you could change bodies like that? I didn't know that was a thing.
I would let a 2-ton semi hit me for 700 mil, like 50 miles. I'd take a car accident for 700 mil. Would you give up your legs for 700 mil? Never walk again, or 700 mil?
Oh boy, I'd rather be. I'd say not. I would lose my eyesight for that much, but I wouldn't.
No,
I would want to walk around.
I'm not giving up the eyesight.
Really?
Yeah.
What about to hear?
Hearing, I could give up a little bit more because there's closed captions. They have like hearing impaired things.
And then you
if
don't
you're
have
blind,
to hear my voice anymore.
If you're blind, yeah, I don't have to hear him go
with the pen,
yeah,
right to my mic.
Click, 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 click. Yeah, I won't hear a thing. The editing will be great. I'll just go right over it. I don't even know. Save me so much time.
How much editing did you have to do on that?
Not much.
Okay.
I was very busy the last week or two. So.
Is our first episode up?
It should be. I still need to do the intro, but everything else is good.
Yeah, you hear that, you guys? We got an intro coming.
You know who didn't make 700 mil though on Shohei? Everyone who bet on him going to Toronto. Where did that come from? That seemed like early in the year. I told you this last week, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I said 3 teams to watch: Angels, Dodgers, and Giants. I didn't even mention the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays came out of nowhere. They came out of left field.
Someone threw some fake evidence.
Yeet.
Because that felt like the house in Vegas playing tricks. That felt like, well, it seems too obvious to go to Dodgers. So let's slip a little team in here.
Random team.
Let's say, hey,
let's go
the Blue Jays might go and get him.
Yeah.
And he won't even pitch the next 2 years, possibly, because he's got Tommy John surgery.
No.
Yeah, he's not pitching this year.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
next
about
year,
that.
It might be a little
He's
bit.
He's just hitting dingers. He's
just
Mike Trout and.
I mean, he could sit on the bench and probably still make him a ton of money. Because think about how famous he is.
Yeah.
You show up to watch Shohei. You travel to LA to watch Shohei. I wouldn't fly out to LA to watch Mookie Betts.
No.
Or Kershaw, and they're great players. I would probably go out there to watch Shohei.
Okay, just giving you. For the people who don't know Shohei Ohtani, it's Justin Verlander and Mike Trout combined in one person.
No, not even Verlander.
And not even Verlander?
No, not that tier. I don't know. It's weird. He's like not the greatest pitcher to ever touch the mound, but he is very, very good.
Okay, so for people who watch this purely off of football or basketball,
imagine Babe Ruth. It's Babe Ruth. It's modern day Babe Ruth.
Okay.
The guy will go out and pitch 9-10 strikeouts in a day, and he'll hit 2 home runs in the same day.
Dinger.
In the same day. He'll throw 95, and then he'll hit a ball 110 out of the stadium. It's unheard of.
That's crazy.
We used to have highlight tapes dedicated to when a pitcher would hit a home run. He's the highlight tape. I said this last week. I'll say it again. Yep. He's the whole highlight tape. It's just Shohei Ohtani highlights with a different title. That's it. That's all it is.
I mean, do we have anything else to cover other than Shohei Ohtani just dumping a bunch of cash in this room?
If you could dump a bunch of cash on this, that would be nice.
I'd
go into one of those. That's it. I'd go to one of those Chuck E. Cheese money grab things, for 700 mil. I'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
And instead of $100 bill, it's like $2,000 bills.
$1 million bills. Yeah. It has to be for 700.
Yeah.
If you have 700 of those, just throw them in there.
Yep.
Grab as many as you can.
Without it touching the floor.
Is that how they do salary negotiations over in LA? Shohei just grabbed them all. They're like, well, I guess he gets it all.
I don't know. It's unheard of.
It's wild. It's going to reset the market. It should reset baseball into actually putting a salary cap. Please, please, if you want your sport to be competitive, do what the NBA has done, do what the NFL has done. The NHL has done this too, I believe. All 3 leagues have a salary cap. Baseball's like, you can spend whatever you want.
spend as much money as you
How
want.
are you supposed to compete as a $40 million payroll team against Shohei, who has double your payroll? Himself, one guy.
I don't know how that all works, man. That's crazy.
I mean, you imagine if the NFL did that, it wouldn't be watchable. It wouldn't be fun. You would
this
watch.
is why NFL is the best sport in the U.S. right now. It's because
It's super competitive.
it's competitive and it's fun to watch. Baseball, you have no salary cap, so it's no fun, and it's also 9 innings. It's a very long game. Basketball, I'm not gonna say it's not fun, but it's somewhat not entertaining.
Soft. It's soft. Just call it soft. It's just soft. NBA is soft.
Hey, Timberwolves, best NBA team.
NHL should be more popular than it is. It's the most American sport. You get fights. People are like fighting in the sport. It's part of the sport. They don't get ejected. They just get pushed to a bench for 5 minutes. That should be the most American sport. You start punching a guy. When he goes down the ice, you just both skate off calmly, come back in 5 minutes. That should be America's sport, but it's just not. So, I don't know. You gotta do something if you're baseball. You can't allow us to stand. Maybe next week we'll hear something, but for now, I think that's all we got. And this week of Bison Overtime.
We got. Oh, hi Henry. Nice to see you. What is your favorite NFL team, by the way? Oh boy.
We're gonna get. Oh, he's coming.
Yes,
in. Oh,
we got a guest speaker.
Cameo appearance.
Yes.
I'm gonna like it.
Oh boy.
Come on down.
I'll give you my mic. This is not a mic drop, by the way.
No, I'm not calling it one.
You're not gonna like it. It's the Vikings.
Oh.
After this week.
After
After the whole thing I've listened to, it's the Vikings.
Hey, I told you we at least have one Vikings person.
Well, yeah, of course, because we live 2 miles from Minnesota.
That's true.
I'm a Minnesotan. I'm Minnesota born and raised, so that's why.
Yeah,
I think I am, but not a Vikings fan.
at least my team scored the most points.
And you're from Wisconsin, but
We
you're a Browns
won.
fan. Yeah, this is our studio right now.
It's great. Very divided, but yep. Till next week, I think.
Until next week, so we're signing off, and we'll see you later. Thanks
Score
for
more
watching.
than 3 Vikings.
Yeah, hopefully you can score 'em. See ya.
Go Browns.
That